Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Kristen Kirchbold, Client Success Manager for Member Solutions, and I also have Sarah McGeehan, Client Success Manager as well for Member Solutions. We've been servicing the martial arts and fitness industry with our suite of products and services since 1991. Today, we'll be looking at our member manager software and discussing some of the challenges that our clients are often experiencing with COVID protocols and class size requirements and how they're utilizing member manager to solve those problems. So today, we'll jump right into the big one, right, Sarah?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is managing class sizes. All of us have to do it right now. It is a common restriction from state to state. So the best way to do that is to allow your members to be able to reserve their spot. Our member manager software has the ability to do that two different ways and allow you to communicate with your members throughout the process. So that way it's not creating a burden for you and your staff. It all just works like a well-oiled machine behind the scenes. Sarah, can you talk a little bit more about the ways that we can do that? And actually, I forgot to mention, if y'all do have questions, feel free to ask them in the panel. As we go, we'll do our best to address them throughout the webinar. So feel free to ask away. Sarah?
Thank you, Kristen. So probably the most popular way that members are pre-registering is our Member Assist app. And this app does allow your schedule to be available directly inside of the application so that they're able to see classes when they're occurring, who's teaching, all of the things that would be super important. So when they come into the app and press on the scheduling tab, they will be able to select the class, book right in based on the membership package that they have purchased, and the ability at the bottom there to say add to calendar. So a great feature to be able to remind them. Other features of the app do include the electronic barcode scan. So this will also help out with the ability for check-in to be done in a very quick and simple manner. They just open up the app, pull up the barcode, and scan right off the bat. And then there are additional features that are available to help you get information out quickly. We do have our announcements area directly on the home screen at the very top, where you can post things like seminars, events, things of that nature. There is also the ability for you as the school administrator or owner to send push notifications. So this will be a simple way for you to get information out immediately to everyone who has the app downloaded. And then one of my favorite features would be the YouTube area, where you can link your YouTube channel directly to the app. And I know a lot of people right now, a lot of schools and facilities are sharing videos for training purposes. So this is a great way to give very simple access to that YouTube channel. One other feature that I did forget to mention is that inside of the electronic barcode, you do have the share your check-in option, and it shares it with all of the major social media platforms. So if they click right on Twitter, they'll be able to tweet that out, which is essentially free marketing for you. And I know people are really working towards ways to get their name out there, especially now. With that being said, you can also utilize the schedule.
That's really nice to allow for that contactless experience, to be able to scan the barcode right then and there. So you're just having a scanner, they come in, scan, bam, it checks them right into that class. And another thing too, not to jump back to the booking, and you don't have to go there, but it's really cool because you can manage too which classes, how far in advance they can book. Right. So if you say, okay, I only want to have my classes available for the next week or something like that, you can dictate how far in the future that they can book that class. So you can create like a bracket of restrictions and say, hey, I don't want anybody to book within 24 hours of class time. However, I don't want them to be able to book too far ahead, so only allow them to book a week from the date that they're actually scheduling. So it gives you that control to be able to manage your classes with things moving so fast now, and restrictions, some are getting a little tighter, most of them are getting looser. So that allows you to open up your classes more and kind of make those changes on the fly without committing to long-term bookings.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thanks, Sarah.
Perfect. So within the member manager software, when you set up your schedules, as you can see here, we're showing our group class schedule. We can set the capacities and determine if there's a wait list available. So moving on over, this also, I'm sorry, is a great way to tie directly into your website. So we do have the ability to utilize the scheduling widget here, where we can see all of the classes available. This is fantastic because, as Kristen had mentioned, things are changing rapidly. So if you have to modify times or capacities or anything like that within the software, this widget allows you to do so without having to make those adjustments directly on your website. It will automatically update based on the changes you made inside the software. So when your members go to the website, they have the ability to book it directly from your site, and it will also communicate with them a confirmation and reminders.
Right, yeah, so right away they'll receive an appointment confirmation when they register, right?
Right.
That can be completely customized, and basically it'll just confirm, hey, you're booked in, here's the time and the appointment instructor you're booked in for. And from there, they can establish reminders too, to remind them in advance of the appointment. So say if I'm booking, today, but my appointment isn't until Monday, you can establish a reminder, 24 hours before the appointment, and it'll also send them either a text or an email, whichever you prefer to do that. So it's really cool. It kind of just keeps them in the loop and just kind of functions automatically. I love what you have here too, Sarah, the lead widget, because if somebody's coming, say if you put your booking page on social media, and you have a lead that lands on this page, you still want the ability to capture their information. And the lead widget allows you to do exactly that. You can customize the fields that are available on the lead widget. And this actually will drop the information, the prospective information, right into the system, and it will automatically trigger a whole bunch of amazing communications. It's a really good way to really, right now, everybody's time is spread so thin, right? With the restrictions, so many of our clients, they're having to double and triple up on classes to keep those spots available for their existing members to come back. Because right now, it's retention is the key, right? So you want to make your members as comfortable to come back as possible. So you have all these classes to be able to accommodate everybody. So whenever you can use technology to delegate some of that stuff, it's just well worth it. And this is one of the ways that it can be done quite easily, and have all that level of communication. Can you talk a little bit more, Sarah, about like what happens with the prospect, the leads as they come in on these widgets?
Absolutely. So once your prospect or lead fills out this form here, what will happen is a series of actions will occur based on them clicking submit here on this page. So we can set up things such as immediately send the first email in that category. One day after, let's make sure we have a task reminder within the system to give them a call. So then 4 days after, make sure.
So it's helping you manage your staff also at the same time, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Basically, it's taking that that sticky note element out of your business. Those sticky notes that fly away and they lose their stickies, so you don't know to call these people, and this just handles that for you. When you log in, if you have any calls that you need to make that day based on when that person filled out their information, that reminder is right there in the top corner of your software. So you know exactly you need to be reaching out to these people. And one of my favorite parts of that too is that it stores every single interaction in that individual's contact log. So you always have a history of when you reached out, all of that good stuff. And even with the telephone calls and stuff, you can add notes to it. So you know what you're dealing with.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I really enjoy, that piece of it, and, the kind of just just using that technology, because what's happening right now is, the industry as a whole has always been very hands-on, which is spectacular, but the need for technology is greater than it's ever been. So it provides a good opportunity, and we've had to, as an industry, do this huge pivot. I mean, who would have thought that, classes would be taught online, and all of that great stuff, right? But it happened, right? And now we're kind of looking at different ways to transition back to that in person, but kind of keep a little bit of that other element of the business, because not everybody's going to come back right away, you know? So these tools allow you to focus on those other aspects of your business where you can't just hand it over to technology. You need a person behind it. So it's really cool to be able to do that. But now that we got somebody booked into class, right? Somebody reserved, right? So now you want to check them in. What does that look like? Like another big one, Sarah, waivers. I think that's probably apart from like reserving spots in class. The biggest question I get is, hey, should I do a waiver, right? And if so, how can I do it, right? And I think personally, the waivers are mostly, you might have your state requirement. It might require a waiver for any returning student, or your insurance might require a waiver, or maybe you just want to do it for peace of mind. So can you talk a little bit about the check-in process, which we saw earlier with the app with the barcode? That's a one and done, which is fantastic. But if you're not using the app, and you want to check your pre-booked people in, and you want to say, hey, who needs to fill out a waiver?
Absolutely. So with that being said, as Kristen had mentioned, utilizing the electronic barcode would be done in our kiosk mode, which is member driven. As she had mentioned, there would be a scanner available, and they would just scan there. Since they're pre-booked, there's nothing more to be done than scanning. The system already knows why they're there. On the other hand, a lot of our clients do like the opportunity to see faces and look at people as they're walking in. So our search by class shows you right at the very top all of the people who are pre-booked. So once we select those people that have come into the system, or come into the facility, we can just go ahead and check them right in. And you'll see directly next to the, under the alerts tab, if we were to click on that, it will drive us down to tell us any such alerts that are on the account. So of course, these are your standard alerts, like somebody owes you money, things of that nature. But one of the more important ones right now for some of our clients is, have they filled out the waiver that we need to keep on file? So this will allow you to see very, very quickly if people are, owing you that waiver or not.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Wonderful. So I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, again, it's very important to keep in mind that all pre-booked members, the people that pre-registered, which is what we're hoping for to make this very, very easy, are at the top, as you can see under that booked section. But just in case somebody does show up and you do have a spot available, all of the eligible members for that membership are listed directly below. So even if they're not pre-booked, you have very easy access to be able to check them in as well.
Right, and basically you would be normally, you would probably be doing this function, like if I'm envisioning it in a process, right? Your instructor would have a tablet, and they would just see who's already booked in. They'd pull up the class, see who's booked in, and just confirm, check them all in, right? And then of course the people that don't show, you might want to communicate out to those people, which you can do very easily. You can say, hey, we missed you. Just a reminder, spots are, in high demand. We will give you a mulligan this time, or hey, you'll be issued a charge for the missed class. Because you want to be sure that you're conveying the importance of them showing up for class if they're committing to do so. So the system allows you to do that as well. Communication is the key, and I mean, that's going to be your best friend throughout this whole process.
Correct. There's no such thing really as over communicating in this climate.
Exactly, right? Especially with everything changing so quickly.
Exactly.
I just wanted to point out really quick, we do have some freebies for you guys today. We have some email templates in the panel. We will also email them to you with the replay to this. And basically the email templates are a good way to communicate out to your members and just let them know, hey, this is what our opening picture looks like. This is what you can expect from us. This is what we expect from you. And more importantly, this is how you can reserve your spot, because you don't want to put yourself in a situation where you're having to turn members away, or you're overbooking your classes or anything like that. You want to keep things, as headache-free as possible, as we kind of wade through the regular craziness of the day-to-day and the constant changes. So you'll see that there. Sarah, I think you had a special for everyone today.
Absolutely. So if you are looking to get started with this, our implementation team is ready and on hand for you for one-on-one training. We are offering our member manager software for $1 to get started, just $1 to get all of your systems built within here, your schedule up and running, that communication piece tied up. All you got to do is reach out to us. You can send us a message, send us an email, give us a call, whatever it is, but $1 to get this started for you. We understand the impact that the past 3 months have had on a lot of our clients. We want to do what we can to help you get to a really, really secure spot, and a way to do it as simply as possible. So $1 to start with the software, and we'll walk you through getting it all set up. We'll walk you through getting your billing members into that software too. And the process itself is really very seamless.
Yep. Get you ready to rock and roll and taking those reservations in no time.
Exactly.
Cool. Was there anything else you wanted to add, Sarah?
No, at the moment, no. I think we've covered just about all the different ways that this can help with pre-booking and registration. Of course, there's many more features to the program. I'm happy to answer any of those questions for you. If you have any questions at all, please just reach out to us. We can be reached at Kristen, which email for you? Should we do?
Oh, yeah, we'll follow up with contact information for us, but look out for the replay information, for email for that information, as well as the email template if you're unable to get it from the flyout here. And if you have any questions at all, like I mentioned, we have a suite of products and services available for our clients, anywhere from billing to front desk software to event management. We have it all, and we're happy to service you. Thank you guys for joining us, and have a fantastic day.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, guys.
Bye.